Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Yes, Saubhagya, you have raised your hand. Any question?
Sir, I have two doubts. Sir, can you explain the whole concept of the join? Like, I can't understand what is the need of natural join.
Joins are in week three, right? We'll
So, but
discuss.
in week two there are some questions
Yeah, this is
regarding
like
which.
for Cartesian product, right? Cross join.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So basically, the question number, activity number 2.2 and the question number 2. I don't understand that part.
Okay, we'll take that activity question out as well. Yes. So, like, I hope everyone has gone through the lectures, right? Okay, great. So quickly, we'll discuss about like SQL part, introduction to SQL. So like in the week two, we started the SQL part. So first we discuss about how to create the tables, what are different data types and consent, all those things we have discussed, right? And I hope everyone has installed the database in the PostgreSQL, right? So here you can see different database like university, FLIS. We need to do that. So please do that. So in the today's session, let's try to create few tables. Let's try to insert a record, and by through that we'll try to understand different data types and consent. Right? I already have recorded a tutorial on that. You can watch that also. Okay, based on the data types and consent. So yeah, yes, okay, great. So if I see, you can see here databases, right? So if you want to create a new database, what we can do, simply right click on new database, create and database. So you can give any name, for example, let's say week 2 PQ, right? And then say save. If you are using a command prompt and shell, you can simply create database and then that database name. That's it, right? So you can see week 2 PQ has been database has been created. Now I want to use this. So simply right click and you can see query tool here, right? Now at the top you can see here quick to PQ slash Postgres. So we are inside this particular database now. Now let's try to create the tables first. Okay. So before that, I hope everyone has gone through the data set folder, right? So in that we have FLIS, LIS. Wait, let me go open that. Let's see, for example, FLIS database because we has less tables in that. But still. So yeah, here you can see FLIS, and if you just go to that folder, we have a PDF, and you can see FLIS schema here, right? Now, suppose like if you know how we can create the tables, what is the concept of primary key and foreign key? Tell me, out of these six tables, which table we can create first in the database? If I want to create, convert this schema into a relational model, how we can do that? Which table I need to create first?
Managers table, sir.
Managers table. Why managers table?
Because
You can see team ID here, right? Taking reference from this team ID. So it means what? First, we need to create teams table, and then we can take reference from that teams table to this particular team ID, right? So managers is not the one that we need to create.
Referees, sir.
first one match.
Match referee, sir. Match referee.
Matches also same
So
thing,
I
right?
think we can create any table that we want because
Not matches, sir. Match referees. Match referees at the top.
Yeah, we can create no match referee also no, because we are taking reference from this referee ID, right? So by creation of this match referees, what we are going to do, referee references referees in bracket referee underscore ID, right? Foreign key. So first we should have this reference table, then only we can uh, refer to this particular attribute. So managers table I cannot create, match referee also not. What about teams? Do we have any dependency on teams table?
Teams can be created, sir.
Yes. Players also, because we are taking the team ID here. Matches also because based on team ID here. Referees, yeah, we can create a referee ID, then name, then date of birth, and then after that we can create a match referee. And after, but for match referee also we required matches table, right? Did you see this particular arrow? So first we need to create a teams table here. Now once I create a teams table, then I can create a managers table, then I can create the players table, then I can create the matches table, and after that I can create the match underscore referee. After that I can create the referees table and then a match underscore referees table. Okay. So this is how I can create this
Sir,
particular.
can you, if these arrows were not given, then how do we identify? Can you please explain
So
again? I was not able to understand.
see, this arrow indicate what? So basically, it's the referential integrity, right? So foreign key thing here. So whenever you see this particular arrow, it means it is a key. Okay, it is a key. So it is a parents table, for example, referee ID, and we are taking reference from this referees table for this particular attributes. So referee, assistant referee one, assistant referee two, and fourth referee like this. Okay.
But sir,
Now,
if they don't give this arrow, then we should look for the common
no,
column
by
name.
creation of table, if there are no arrows, there is no dependency on that table, so we can create that table first. Okay.
sir, why can't we create any table that we want and then we can join with keys?
No, here is not a concept of join. Here we are creating a schema, right? How we can create a manager's table? Because if you see team ID, so we are taking a reference from this team's table, team underscore ID, right? So if you see my the first, I think this one, first or second.
So sir, sir, we can create themes table either or a referee table.
Yes, yes. So you can watch this SQL code execution for lecture 2.4. I have uploaded 2 days back. In that I have discussed this, or I guess first lecture, I guess. No, this one, right? So lecture 2.3. So see, suppose I have given this particular schema to you. Now I will tell you, just convert the schema into a database, right? Just create a database for this. So you need to think which table I can create first, because managers table having dependency on teams, players is having dependency on teams, matches also having dependency on teams. This match referee having dependency on referees as well as matches. So only teams table and referee table I can create. Okay. So let's try to create a teams table first here in the PG admin. Okay. So this one, so I cannot. Okay, let me share my entire screen. So how to create the teams table now? Tell me.
Excuse me, sir.
Ah, yes.
Sir, can you speak loudly, little bit?
Oh,
The voice low. Voice is low.
my voice is low.
Yes.
Is it for everyone or what?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
let me check the microphone. Okay, now
Yeah, it's perfect, sir.
this one is good. Okay,
Yes.
fine. Yeah. Okay.
So today we will see lectures or
Yeah, we're discussing that only, how to create the table, right? So first we'll try to create the table now, okay? And through that we'll try to understand different data types and constraints discussed in the lectures, okay? So this is what we are going to create teams, okay? So, or okay, you can do this, but let's try to create a different table and try to understand that. So first tell me what are different data types we have in SQL, different data types in SQL. You should know what are different data types we have. What are the different constraints we have?
Char varchar.
Strings.
Data types is basically what? Not string. In SQL I am talking about. So we have character,
Integer, variable,
yeah.
character,
Character,
Then we have
voice,
char,
Character,
right?
it can take in. Then we
date,
have varchar,
decimal,
yeah,
decimal,
total.
varchar, and then we have int.
integer, then float,
Then we have, yeah,
date,
float or decimal we
numeric,
can take, or numeric also. So it depends
boolean.
on the database we are going to use. So here we are going to use numeric, okay? Numeric a comma b. Then we have boolean, yes, either true or false. Then we have a data type, okay? So these are the few important ones that we deals with. We have other also, but we are going to focus on this particular part. Now tell me what about character data type? What do you understand character? So it is going to take string value, right? It can take string values, for example, right? Up to n character, up to n character. What about this varchar then? What's the difference between char and varchar? Tell me.
Up
Flexibility
to
in
n
scope.
character.
Variable character. Like if the varchar is
And
10,
if the
you can
space
give up
is left,
to
then
10.
it can occupy that space only.
Huh. So it deals with the storage part. Okay, varchar is variable storage here, right? So it can also take a string value up to n character. This can also take a string value up to n character. But if you see the if I insert a record in both the case, what will happen? Suppose I have n equals to, let's say for example 10, right? So if I insert, let's say 5 characters in the varchar, so it is going to take the space only for 5 characters. But if I say n equals to 10 in the char, even if I insert the, please mute, yeah. So even if I insert the 5 characters in char, so what is going to happen? Database will allocate the same storage to every field there. So even if I insert 5 characters, if you see that there will be 5 more characters which are space, which are left blank. Okay, we'll see, discuss that also. So please remember what is char and what is varchar. Okay, we use this char when once we know, okay, that particular attribute or column will have fixed number of characters only. For example, Aadhaar card, PAN card, like passport number, right? These are the ones having fixed number of characters, right? In those scenarios, we use this particular data types. Otherwise, for example, name and other things, we use varchar. Okay. Integer, we all know integer values. Now, what about numeric a comma b? Tell me what about numeric a comma b?
A determines the fixed number of digits,
Huh?
and P is a how number after decimal
Digit after digits.
of the digits after decimal.
Okay. If I say 5 comma 2, so can I insert 444.3?
No.
No, sir.
Sir, please. Yeah. So see, no, I cannot insert like this because what is 5 comma 2? In total, I can have 5 digits, but after decimal point, only 2 digits are allowed. Okay, maximum. So if you observe, so in short, I can say we have this decimal point. So after decimal point, only 2 digits are allowed. 2 digits maximum. Okay, this will talk about maximum. And before that, on the left side, 3 digits maximum. Okay, 3 digits maximum. Okay. So this is what a 5 comma 2 is. So in total, there are 5 digits, but after decimal point, 2 digits. But if you observe here, 444.4, this is not allowed because if you see here, we have 4 digits here, right? So 444.3 I can enter, 44.3 also, sorry, 44.3 also I can enter, 4.33 also I can enter. Okay, these all are the valid ones, but these are the valid ones. What are invalid ones? This 444.4, or for example 4.444, this is not allowed in this numeric 5 comma 2. Okay, so please try to create one table by using this data type, and let's try to insert those things and see what error you are getting. Okay, now about boolean, everyone knows true or false. That's it. Date data type, so it can take a date in different format, dd hyphen sorry slash then YYY like this also, or YYY slash MM slash DD format also, or like this also, DD hyphen MM hyphen YYY, and again YYY hyphen MM hyphen DD. So that thing also allowed, right? In the case of data type. These are the few different data types we have in SQL. Now, what about the constraint part? Yes.
So not null.
Okay. Not null. Then
Unique
Foreign
check,
key,
unique.
check.
foreign key.
Primary.
Please mute. I think someone is watching video on YouTube also, right? I'm getting Chandrajit. Please mute. Yeah. Okay. So unique, not null. Then we have check constraint. Then after that, tell me
Primary key.
primary key. After
Foreign key.
that,
Foreign key.
okay, we'll discuss this. What is primary key? What is foreign key? After this, not null, unique. Then we have check. Then we have primary key, foreign key. Yeah, these are the few things. Do we have more? Uh, okay.
Ascending, descending parts.
No, no, that is in the order by clause, not the constraint. Okay. So see here. Now, not null, as name suggests, it will restrict the column to take the null values. Okay, so it will restrict to take null value. So it will restrict to take null values. Okay, so we cannot insert a null value if I have not null. Unique means what? All the data must be unique in that particular column. So we are applying the concept on the attribute, or we can say column. Check means what? We have a check thing, then we have condition. If that condition is satisfied, then only I can insert a data into that particular column. For example, I have age column. If I put check age greater than 18, so if I try to insert the age less than 18, it will throw an error. Okay. Now tell me about primary key and foreign key.
The foreign key is a primary key of another table to another table.
Okay. What about primary key?
Unique value.
It's a unique value.
A unique folding
Primary key
value.
is just like a serial number. Primary is just like a serial number
A
of
unique
a.
identity to every data.
So
And it
unique,
cannot
not
have
null.
duplicate
By
values.
using that, we can uniquely identify each row.
You can say that. Yeah. So it is used to uniquely identify each and every row in the table. It is used to uniquely identify the rows. Okay. Because why? How we can do that? Because every row will have that particular attribute, right? So it means what? If I say some attribute is the primary key, so automatically it will have not null plus unique constraint. Okay. So it should be not null, sorry, not null plus unique constraint. For example, your roll number in the student table, that is a primary key. And it will have not null plus unique constraint, because it is not possible that two students will have same roll number, right? So unique. It is not possible that we have a data of a student, but he don't have a roll number, right? That is what not null is. So when I say primary key, we don't need to give any constraint. Automatically, our database will allocate these two constraints to that particular attribute, right? That is what primary key is. Now, what about foreign key?
So it is the basically linking of two tables when used for another primary key which is used in it.
Yeah. So what we saw at the beginning, right? So that this particular thing, right? Where it is? So here you can see this key indicate primary key. So team ID is a primary key of teams table. But if you see here, this particular arrow team underscore ID here at the managers table. So this particular team underscore ID is a foreign key, right? Referencing to a team ID in the teams table. So what I can say about foreign key? So like someone said about the primary key, not exactly the primary key. We can make any other attribute as a referencing attribute as well. But the constraint is that it should have a unique constraint, right? So Foreign key is what? Referencing to another table, right? Referencing to another table.
Sir, then how it will be constraint for a table foreign key?
Because please mute. Yeah. So see, unless I enter a data into that particular column, I cannot insert a data into that particular table, right? For example, if you see here teams table, right? Suppose team ID is T001. So unless T001 is present in this particular teams table, I cannot enter any record of team 001 in managers table, right? So first that team ID must present in the teams table, then only I can insert a record in the managers table, right? So here you can say that is basically a constraint, right? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for example, you can say student table and course table. Unless your email ID is present, sorry, unless your roll number is present in student table, I cannot enroll you into any courses. So first your roll number must be there. Then only I can enroll into the courses, right? That is what the referencing or we can say foreign key is. So this is about the five constraints we have and different data types we have. Now let's quickly try to create one table. Okay. So let's take a simple example, student table only, having different attributes. Say for example, roll number, then we give name, then we have age, then we have date of birth, then let's say roll number, name, age, date of birth, integer, age हो गया, date of birth, uh, numeric के लिए CGPA. Okay, that's a CGPA. So we are going to create this five attributes, right? So tell me how I can create this student table.
Create table student,
Yeah, so
then write for
create
the data types.
table student, then
Type in brackets roll number and their data types. In first one roll number,
roll number, then
then primary key.
yeah. So I want to make this roll number as primary key. Okay, so there are two ways to do that. So suppose for example, roll number I will give varchar, let's say 5. Okay, then we have, so if I want to make this roll number as primary key, so after data type only I can mention here, give space, just simplify, sorry, just mention primary key, okay, as a keyword. That's it. It means this roll number is a primary key, and automatically it will have not null plus unique constraint. Now name, let's say for example, char 5. Okay, I am not putting any constraint on name. Let's say unique to understand, unique constraint. Okay. Then we have age, data type is integer. So see, while creation of table, you should have attribute name, column name, and its data type. Okay, you can see column name and data type. Constraints are optional. Without specifying this, also I can create a table. So for creation of table, I just required a table name, attribute name, and its corresponding data type. That's it. Constraints are optional. Okay. So here age integer, then we have date of birth, say data type, then we have CGPA, that is numeric data type, and let's say 2 comma 2, 2 comma 2, sorry, 4 comma 2. 4 comma 2. Okay. Now this is how I can create a student table, right? Roll number is a primary key. Or suppose if I don't want to specify like this, what I can do at the last, what I will do, comma, then I will specify primary key. In bracket, I will specify which attribute I want to make a primary key. So that is roll number like this, right? So when to use which syntax? For example, I just have one attribute that is foreign key, so you can directly specify here, right? Primary key. But in some cases, you want to make combination of attribute as a primary key. So in that scenario, this will not work. For example, I want to make roll number and name as a primary key. So in the case of like in this scenario, you can use like this primary key, roll number, comma, name like this. So this is basically composite primary key. Okay. So we'll discuss this what is composite primary key in the upcoming weeks. Okay. So as of now, just we'll use simple one like this. Now tell me, we have used this primary key unique in date of birth date, this one. How I can use the check constraint? I want to put the constraint on the age column such that it should not take the value less than 18. Yes. So I can simply put check age greater than 18, or I can also add the check constraint here, check age greater than 18. Both the things are fine. Okay. So this is how I can create a table. Now I will select this required thing and let's try to create a student table. Yeah, so you can see create table created successfully. We have created. Now how I can see a table? Yes, anyone? Data.
Select star from student.
Yeah, select from that particular table name student. Now if you see here, we have this only a table. We don't have a data as of now, right? Now let's try to insert a data. So how I can insert a row in the table? Yes.
Insert it.
Insert
Insert it.
include table name values. In a bracket, we have to specify values.
Huh? Corresponding value, right? So let's say
Yes,
24.
sir.
F1 is a roll
Yes, sir.
number first, then name say Raj. Okay, yeah, Raj, and then let's say age 29, date of birth. Okay, so tell me how I can insert a date of birth in the quotation or without quotation.
In the quotation.
Yeah, and CGPA let's say 8.9, right? So let's try to insert this one. So see, there are two ways insert into table name values. If you want to insert uh, data in all the columns, you can simply use this. But if you want to insert data in specific columns, so that column you can mention here, okay, in the bracket along with the table name. So we'll see one example also. But before that, let me execute this one. So you can see return, sorry, insert successfully. Let's try to see the table. Now here you can see we have successfully inserted a one record, right? Now, what you can observe from here and this particular output? Yes, anyone?
The pattern of date of birth is changing.
Yes. So even if you try to insert a date in any format, in the database, it will store like this YYY hyphen MM hyphen DD format. Okay. So remember, it depends on the database. So we are using Postgres. So that's why it is like that. Okay. So even if you try to insert in this format, it will be like this only. Okay. Okay.
Sir, can you zoom your screen a little bit?
No, this PC admin will not allow me to. So I don't. Control plus is not working. Is this not visible properly?
No, no, it's okay, sir. You can go forward.
Okay. Oh, now, can I insert this one?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Why yes?
No, sir.
Why not no?
No, sir.
Or
What
no.
error we are getting here?
Same roll number
Primary
is.
The
key
roll
or
number
value.
is the primary key.
Sir,
Oh,
roll number.
so first thing is roll number is a primary key, so it should be unique. So let's say I4 24F2. Now, can I insert?
Yeah. Yes.
No.
No, sir.
Value too long for type character 5, because if you see in the name we have 5 characters, right? But Rajesh is having 6 characters. We cannot insert Rajesh, right? It should have at most 5. Now let's say Rajesh only. Now I can insert this. Okay. So if you see, this is how we can put the concept using data type as well. I cannot insert more than this one. Okay. Now let's quickly see here. Yeah. Now if you observe roll number var 5, name char 5, here 4, here 3, here 5, right? So I will going to copy this one, right? So see here what you observe. Okay. I'm copying this one and I'm pasting it here. Okay, see 24 F1 like this. But here character 5, but I have inserted Raj. Now see here what will happen. What do you observe here?
Empty
We have,
spaces.
yeah, we have two space because it will take the fixed number of characters. So even if you try to insert less characters, automatically it will allocate the empty space to that particular field. Okay, so that's why the storage of this particular column is fixed, right? Like this. Okay, so I hope you understand the difference between char and where can now. Okay, this is the difference. Okay, now what about this one? Let's say 24 F3 Raj instead of Raj, and let's try to insert 17. Can I insert it now?
No,
No, sir.
Why?
the check
So
condition.
because age is less than 18.
Yeah, so you can see we get the error. Student wallet check constraint student underscore age underscore check, right? So yeah, we get that error. So we cannot insert, right? 17 also. So we have discussed primary key, varchar, char, unique. Okay. Now can I insert like this again? Let's say 19.
Yes, sir.
Can I insert?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir,
sir.
because name is
Why
unique.
now? Yeah. So name you
Because
can
name is
see.
unique.
So it its unique constraint. So name must be like unique. So Raj we already has in the table, so I cannot insert one more Raj here, right? So name must be unique. Okay. So we have discussed unique constraint as well. Integer, CGPA. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, can I insert this 10.10 like this? Yes, I can insert that, but doesn't make any sense. I cannot insert 101.1 because it will violate the this numeric constraint, right? So you can see here numeric field overflow, a field with the precision 4 and scale 2 must route to absolute value less than 10 to the power 2, right? So we got entire detail about that particular error, right? So I can insert 10.00 as well. Okay, if you see, I'm able to do that, right? So if you see a table like this, okay. Okay, so this is about the creation of table and how I can insert a record into a table. Now here we have created the student table. So let's discuss about the foreign key concept now. But before that, we need to create one more table. Let's say course. We have course name, course ID, course name, roll number, credit. Okay, four columns. So first I'm going to create the course table. So similarly, create table course. Then we have this CID. I will make this as a primary key, for example, where can 5. Then we have CNAME. Let's say where can 5. Okay, this should be primary key. Then we have credit, for example. It is integer. And now roll number. Now I want to make this roll number as a foreign key referencing to a student table. Tell me how to do that. Yes, tell me how to do that. That's it for course table. But now I want to make this roll number as a foreign key referencing to a student table. Yes, anyone?
Foreign key referencing, just write like that.
Foreign key,
Foreign key,
whatever the
whatever
attribute
the
I want to
attribute I
make.
want to make.
Roll number,
Roll
right?
number, right?
So roll number references to what? Student table in bracket. Which attribute from student table? Roll number, like this. Okay. So let's try to see whether we are able to create the course table or not. No, what happened here? Roll number. So let's put this in bracket. Let's try to see. Yeah, so we have successfully created the a table here, right? So select star from student, this one, and if I say select star from course, okay, yeah. Now let's say, for example, I want to insert a row, insert into course values 24, let's say, okay, we have CID, right? Let's say, for example, CS201, no, 20, then we have, let's say, DBMS, then we have what we have, credit, let's say 9, then we have roll number 24, F4. Okay, can I insert this row now? Satisfying all the constraint? Can you check? Can I insert? Yes, anyone?
No, sir.
Why no?
So because the roll number is not present in the table.
Yes. If you see this roll number, if I try to insert this, see what error I will get. Goes violate foreign key constraint because that particular roll number is not present in the student table, right? So how I can enroll that particular student into a DBMS course? No. First, I need to insert this roll number into a student table. Then I can insert a corresponding row in the course table, right? I can add for 24 F2 here like this. So 24 F2, F should be capital, right? Yeah. So now if I try to insert, now it will get inserted. Okay. So any doubt, anyone, whatever we have discussed up till now, data types, constant, primary key, foreign key. Anyone? Any doubt? Yes.
So,
Huh?
why we are not using here decimal in place of numeric?
We can use decimal as well. Okay. But Postgres support numeric. Decimal also it support. You can try. Yeah. Yes. Ayush. Any doubt? Ayush? Okay. The screen is small. But you can see the whatever I have written here, right? That is good enough. Yeah. Can you try zooming from your end if you are able to do that? I'm not able to zoom this. Okay, fine. Now see here in the at the beginning we see some schema diagram, right? So this should be there. So there should be
Sir,
arrow.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Is it possible to extract this query page and share after
Like
the call? I mean, after
you
the.
want this code, right? SQL.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, we can do that. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll
sir.
do
Thank
that. Yeah, yeah. You can try after the session. Yeah, yeah. So what I'm saying. Uh, yeah. So at the beginning, we saw one schema diagram, right? Where you observe like there is some arrow from this roll number to this course table because this is a foreign key, right? So let's try to create that schema diagram. So if you see this PG admin, whatever the database you have created, you can see week 2. What you need to do, right click here and you can see ERD for database, right? So just go to that option ERD for database. Now, whatever the data like tables we have created, accordingly it will create a ER diagram for that. So if you observe here, see. So this is a different notation. Okay. Generally we call that crowfit notation, different notation. You will learn this in week 4. So if you observe here, you can see this is the key, right? So roll number is a key here, CID is a key here, but this roll number, right, primary key, and here you can see roll number in gray color taking reference to this particular roll number. So here golden key is what? Primary key, and here gray key is what? Foreign key, right?
Foreign.
So if you see this one line are there, three lines are there. So we are going to understand this in the ER diagram part, okay, in the week 4. So which type of relationship we have, one to many, many to one. So according to that, it will have like this, okay. Okay, so yeah, as of now, just understand about this table, this key. Okay, so this notation about we are going to discuss in week 4. Okay, anyone, any doubt? Whatever we have discussed.
Sir,
Yes.
from where you open this?
Yeah. So
this
first you
table.
need to, yeah, first you need to create database, create both the database like this, student, sorry, a table like this inside that database. Then
Yes,
right
sir.
click on that database. You can see ERD for database. Okay. Just click on that. It will generate this particular
Okay.
ER diagram.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So if you see that FLIS schema, try to create all the six tables in the PG admin and then right click on ERD to see whether you get the same table schema diagram or not. Notation will be different like this instead of arrow, but rest of the thing will be same. Okay. So if you see this AR diagram, you should know how tables are linked to each other, which one is foreign key, which one is a primary key. Okay. Okay. Great. Now this is about the primary key
Sir,
and yes,
scroll to the line one.
line one.
Yeah,
Okay.
of this query part.
You,
Yeah, above. So you have written these things. So will they not be like contain any like create any error? So should they be commented out from
no, no.
line?
See, while I'm executing the code, I'm selecting this particular thing and then I'm going to execute this one.
Okay. So this is
Okay.
not like a script.
No, no, no. You can just select a part of that and then you can execute that as well. That's it. Okay. If you don't select and then try to execute, then definitely it will throw an error like this, right? So you can select a part of query and execute that only. Okay. So this is how we can create a table
Okay, sir.
in the SQL. So after the session, you can do one thing: go to FLIS schema, try to create entire FLIS schema in this PG admin. Right click on that schema and generate ERD for that, and just you can compare your ERD with that schema diagram. Okay, so that is the homework thing for you. So here
So
we are creating a relational model for the required database. Yes.
there is no way to insert data in a simple way.
Simple
Like
means what?
means when we insert data that we have to insert like one by one, or like we have 10 student data, then we use one by one. It
Yeah,
is not
so
a direct way to
no,
insert
you
10.
can do that. See, we do this while creation of the in the while application. What we do, we take this as an argument, right? So whatever the data student like form will get, automatically it will get executed here. But if you want to insert manually more data, so what you can do, one row, comma, another row. Again, you can insert like this two, three rows. Okay, so for you, then Raj, then let's say six. You can try this as well. Okay, you can do this as well. But if you have a data, let's say for example in Excel or CSV format, that also you can do. What happened? What is duplicate here? Rajay, have we inserted Rajay before? Let's try to insert now. Primary key.
S- Sir, if you
Huh?
run a query again and again, then will that create like that unique constraint error or?
Yes, yes. So if I insert this now, all three rows will get inserted, right? But again, if I try to execute this one, it will throw an error because already those are in the table, right? You can
Hmm.
see here, right?
Okay. So
So like
we
this.
run a line again and again.
Yeah.
Like if it contain unique constraint.
Yeah. Primary key or unique constraint.
Okay.
If any column don't have primary key or unique constraint, then you can enter duplicate row as well. Okay. But this is how we ensure that there should no duplicate. So a primary key or unique constraint is for that. And if you see here, if you want to insert, if you have CSV data, right? So what you can do here, you can see tables, course, right click, and then you can see here where it is import export, right? So then you can create import that particular CSV file, and automatically all the data in that CSV file can be inserted into that particular table. Okay, but But before that, make sure we have same number of columns in both CSV as well as in the table. Okay.
And what about the sir if CSV file have no integrity of values then
Which one?
when uploading the CSV file into PostgreSQL and if CSV file data are not not consistent or not integrative then
So before that, before importing, yeah, please mute. Before importing, we need to make sure that it's satisfying the consent of this table. Okay. So no null value, no duplicate, like that. Okay. Otherwise, again, it will throw an error. So it should satisfy all the fields should satisfy this particular consent in that CSV file. Then only you can import. Okay.
Is there any way in like the SQL language itself that that we can check that all the rows have this like compatible with the our database? Then only then we do the transaction.
Uh, Compared, no, like in the case of CSV file, you were saying, right?
Yeah. I'm importing it, but
Hmm.
I need to check before that all rows are compatible. Only then the transaction will happen. If any row, like the end row, is not compatible, so the data before that will also not be inserted.
Yeah. So that anyway, if you try to import, it will throw an error. Okay. Uh,
Okay, and it will not insert partially, like
no, no,
half
no,
of the data inserted and
no.
okay,
Either fully or nothing.
okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Okay, so you can just play with this one. So try to create tables, insert a record, uh, play with the constraint part, then try
Okay.
to import data from CSV file, just normal data. Okay, so you can just try this out.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, let's say I suppose I have a huge data in Excel, or I have an continuous data coming to me. Let's say I run an online business and I have multiple
Uh,
records of seller IDs, etc., etc. So how do we insert data in DB? Because this way we have to input by either copy pasting or by inputting with a key with words. But how do we import a huge data from an Excel or like that?
like same thing. Like we can create a table and we can import a data from the Excel, right?
Okay,
CSV
so
form.
directly we can import just
Yeah, but make
uh,
sure that all the data in the CSV file following this constraint and same number of columns are there.
okay. And is there any way to make a connection or something where instead of me get uploading Excel, it can automatically takes a data from somewhere. I don't know how can we do that,
Yes,
but
yes.
maybe
This is
from.
what we. That's why we are learning this all these things, right? So in the MAD one course, if you see, we need to build some application. For example, if you create a simple sign up page, right, for student, and we are taking this input from the student only. That fill your roll number, name, age, date of birth, CGPA like this. So once they hit the submit button, automatically those data will get stored in the database. Okay. This is what happened when we
Okay,
sign up on the Facebook. We need to enter our email ID, phone number, name, all those things. But if you again try to insert the same email ID, it will show account already exit, right? How it
mhm,
shows? Because it will try to, because in the DB, this your email ID is what unique. So we cannot create more than one account from the same email ID, right?
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
We'll see in the week 7 itself. We have one small demo, we can say. So in
okay,
that, we can see once we have the sample form, we can submit automatically. A data will be there in a DB. But again, when you try to insert the same record, it will throw an error because of this primary key constraint. Okay.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So my question is, if we are creating multiple tables,
Mhm.
then can we also create the schema for those tables?
Multiple tables. Yeah, we can create. Now here you can see we are creating multiple tables only, right?
Yeah,
So
so how we are creating the schema for can we create the schema for this, the relation between those two tables
like student
somehow
in and
here?
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we are trying to create table satisfying the schema. See what happens in the database design process. First, we create a relational, sorry, ER diagram, relational schema, and by after that we are creating a table in the SQL. Okay. So once we got the
Okay.
requirement that this table will have this much attribute, this should be a key of this particular table, this should link to this particular table by this particular roll number, there should be many-to-many relationship between student and course table. After all these things, we come up with a database design, and once we got database design schema, then we try to convert that schema into a this particular database. Okay. So how I decided that okay, only roll number will be a key. Why not combination of a name and roll number? How I come to know that okay, this roll number only will be a foreign key. Why not other table? So this part is a database design part. So we are going to learn in week 5 and week 6. Okay.
So while we are creating these two tables, so is it making the schema automatically in the some
Yes.
here?
Yes. So in the database system, what will happen? Once you create this table at the backend, it automatically create this particular schema, right? So if you see here, this goes right. So in the public, we have a public schema. Inside that, we have this goes and student table. You can also create different schemas here like this, okay? And if you want to join uh, tables from two different schema, then you have to specify the schema name along with the student table, okay? So we'll not go into that, but as long as you understand, inside the database, we are creating a different tables here, right? And you can see the properties of those tables here as well. Columns, then constraint, what are the constraint it has, security, we don't provide anything as of now, okay? I like this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So yeah, so first just try to create tables by looking at the schema diagram. Create entire schema. It should satisfy all the foreign key concept, all those things. Okay. Other things we'll discuss in the course, in the further part of the course. Don't worry. Yeah. Yes. Any doubt? Anyone? Aditya, yes.
Hello, good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, you're audible. Tell me.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, I just wanted to know, like, can we create any schema using the CSV format?
Schema using CSV format, like
Yeah,
table,
like
right?
if we want to import, yeah, if, I mean,
No,
if you
no.
want to, I want to import some schema instead of writing it manually. So can I create a schema in CSV format and then import the schema, and after that I import the data? Can I
No, no.
do
You
something
have
like
to
that?
create table using SQL only. Once you create table, then you can import a data. Okay. You can import an entire SQL file for creation of database that you can do, but table name no. Okay. So you need to create a table, then you can import a data. Okay.
Yes, sir, because I was facing the issue when I was importing data from using some CSV file. So it was first asking for the table or the schema.
Yes. Yes.
So that's my query was like, can I create a schema in CSV file and then first import the schema and then the
No,
data? Is
no,
it possible
no,
to do?
no, no. We need to create a table first in the SQL, then we
Okay.
can import a data. Okay.
Okay. So is this possible? Like, I create an empty table and then I import the schema for the table,
Yes, yes,
or
you can do that. I am creating a sample simple table here without any data. Then I can import a data from CSV to directly to this particular table.
yes, sir. But we have created a schema in this sentence already, no?
Yes,
This is the schema for the table and that we are going to import the data for.
yes, yes, yeah. So we need
So
to
my
create table.
okay, so initially means we'll have to create it. We cannot import the schema from CSV.
So you yeah, you mean to say from CSV how we can create a table, right?
Sir, my question is like here in this line number 22, you have created table student. and there are only five attributes.
Right.
Okay, but if I have more than 100 or more than 200 attributes, so that would be very cumbersome, task for
Okay.
me, na?
Uh,
So I was asking, like, whether can I just create in some CSV format, I create schemas for 200 format. I first import the schema, and then corresponding to that schema, I import the data of 1,000 or 10,000 values. I was just
no,
regarding
I'm
that.
not aware about that thing, but as of now, I
Okay,
don't think we can do that. Yeah.
okay, so
Yeah.
sure, thank you.
Sir, my question is,
Uh,
schema is a collection of tables.
See, when we talk about the database schema, so yeah, it's a collection of a table. When we talk about a schema for a particular table, it means that what are the different column name it has, what are the data types it has. So you can see here for this particular table, okay, relational thing here, right? But if we talk about the entire database schema, then it's yeah, number of tables it has, how it's linked to each other. That is what database schema we have, relational schema we have. So for database as well as for table also you can see this a particular thing we can consider it as a schema. But for a schema is basically for a database having like as you said multiple tables and how they are linked to each other. Okay.
Collection of
Yes,
related
collection
tables.
of related tables. Yeah, that is correct. Okay. So this is how we can create the tables, different types of consent we already discussed. So please watch the tutorials. We have many tutorials. Okay. Now okay, so we done this. Now what we do, we'll go to directly a different database.
Sir, can you show course table?
Yeah, select star from course like this. So we have just inserted only one record as of now for this corresponding roll number. That's it. Okay. If I try to insert 24F10, it will not allow because we don't have a row corresponding to that in the student table. I can insert for 5, 6, 7, right? So I can insert for 5 as well.
So,
Okay.
sir, can we have different schemas in a database?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, primary key. Yeah, it should be unique, right? Primary key. So here you can see we have now one more record. Okay. So any doubt in concept of primary key and foreign key? I think this example is clear, right? Why we cannot insert a data into a course table without having a data in student table. Okay. Okay. Great. So let's okay. So once we have created entire database, we have load data. But now I want to retrieve a data from a database. How we can do that? Let's discuss that. So this about the database. We can see creation part, table creation, data types and constraint, and inserting a data. So I'm going to use FLIS DB here. I hope everyone has restored those DBs. We don't have.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here you can see we have six table. So FLIS. Okay. So we have different tables in this one. So let's go for teams table. Or select star from team. So if you want to view a data from any table, this is a simple query. Select. So I want to select what I want. So asterisk symbol means what all the
All.
columns, yeah, from that particular table. So select what all the columns from which table, that specify a table. Okay, so if I do that, I will get all the details about the teams table. What if I just want name and the city? So just specify those attribute, name and city. So I'm going to get only two column, name and city, like this. Okay, this simple how select query works. I can get a data from this particular table here, right? Like this. Now here we have where clause. So simple select star from teams will give me all the data, but I don't want all the data. I want data of the team name rainbow. So I want a data of a team name rainbow. How I can get that? I just want this particular row, this particular information about rainbow. Yes, anyone?
Sir, after select this much statement, you need to write where the name equal
Yeah.
name equal rainbow
Yeah, that's it.
in a yeah, string.
So first I'm going to this particular table, but I'm putting a condition that name should be equals to rainbow. Now that's it. So if I see, I'm going to get only a one record here, right? So where clause is used to filter a data from the table based on some condition. So this I can say one condition here. Okay.
Sir,
Huh?
I have a doubt. Previously I have worked learned MySQL. So there we can show tables, but that thing don't work here. So is there anything for that in the Postgres also?
Show tables means what? I'm not getting.
In a database we are connected to, we can show all the tables
Yeah.
on CLI. How
Yes.
we can do that in Postgres?
Okay. By
Uh,
using a command, right?
yeah, by using command, show tables
Oh,
was there.
so you can just try slash t in the command line. Can you try this one? Once you enter
Okay.
the
D, I think, sir, it's DT.
no D is for
Actually,
okay
I was trying in Linux, so it's DT. I have to put.
DT.
Yes, sir, to get the list of tables.
Okay, so can you try D or DT both the things? I think this will should work. Okay, yeah, slash DT also you can try slash D also you can
So
try.
this command is part of PSQL. Also, the SQL query language does not have in it the SQL query don't have this show tables thing.
Which one? So in MySQL we have show tables like that, right?
Yeah. Like that is the part of the the language itself, but here we are using a different tool PSQL
Hmm.
to execute these commands.
No, PSQL
And
is
this
basically like PostgreSQL only, right? We are using that
um,
only. So yeah,
okay.
for command line, you can just check one tutorial we have on the Peak 2. Okay, so in that, I think we have discussed this how we can see different tables.
Okay, sir, you continue.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so you can just try with slash dt. It will show all the tables. Yeah. Okay. Select star from matches. So here you can see I got this 16 rows. So you can see number of rows here, right? Now I have this where name equals to rainbow. Now I have one more thing. Let's say for example, first we'll discuss about the like operator. Okay. So important one, you can expect a question in assignment as well as in OP based on like operator. So here we have two things. First one is percentage, second one is underscore. So we generally deals with the string value here. Okay. String values here, right? So what is percentage? Deals percentage means it can take any number of characters, any number of characters. And underscore means what? Only one character. One underscore means one character. That's it. Okay. Now, suppose I want to find out the okay players. Let's go for players. Yeah, I have 71 rows here. You can see at the bottom. Suppose I want to find out the name of a players who start with P. Okay, so I am dealing with the string value here. I want to find out name of a players who start with P. So anyone can tell me what I need to add after this? Like
Where
operator.
name
Where?
like P.
Yes. So here I can use like operator, not equal to operator. Equal to is we
Hmm.
are trying to match exact things, right? So we
Exact
want
value.
value, but
Hmm.
here I'm just trying to match with that particular thing. Okay,
String and
so p and
is
percentage, right?
P percentage. Yeah, starting with P and after
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. So starting with p and percentage will ensure that doesn't matter how many characters we have after that. So if I execute this, I will get all this from like name from starting with p, right? Similarly, I want ending with E. In that scenario, what changes I need to do? Name ending with
Put
E.
P after a percentage.
Yeah. After
Percent P.
percent E, sorry,
Or
name
E.
ending with E,
Yes.
like this. So you can see I will get this. Okay. But what if I want name of a players who has exactly three characters?
Use underscore 3 times.
Yeah, three times underscore, so three characters. Name of a player having at least three characters now. In that scenario,
Then use percentage in both side.
in both side,
No, no, no. Three character and then
yeah.
percentage.
Okay.
What will happen if I use in both the side percentage then?
Then that will mean any size is perfect. It means
Uh,
all.
yeah, all you can say, yeah.
Yeah, I
At least
mean that,
three.
but I used a weird term.
So you can see all 71 rows are having that one. What if I want name of the players whose third character is A? The third character in the name is A. For example, this promo, right?
Underscore, underscore, that character and percentage.
Yes. So what I want third character. So there must be first two characters. After that, third character must be A. Now after that, doesn't matter how many characters I have. So that will be what percentage sign here, right? So
So what for like if you want at most n character,
at most
like at most n character we want to select.
n
Like we are
character.
doing for like we are doing for at least three characters the names we are selecting. So like
Okay.
at most five characters it can have.
At most five. See, directly we cannot do that. Okay. At most five because percentage will take any number of characters. So we can have
Cannot be implemented directly. Either it should include a regular expression, something like that.
yeah. So see, at most, let's say four, right? So we know that at most four. So it will be either four, but less than four, right? Not greater than four. So what I will do, I will make sure that first query will give me at least four characters, and then I'm going to use except operator here to remove those
Negation.
extra thing, right?
Hmm.
Just a second.
How to
Yeah,
negate a logic
not
in a
negate.
SQL?
We have set operators, so union, intersect, except. So we can do that with the except clause here. Okay,
Okay, okay.
we'll see after this. Okay, let's discuss except clause here. So what I am going to get from here? At least four, right? But I want to remove which one having exactly four? No.
Having more than four.
Yeah. So if I do that, at least four. Yeah.
So you can start with
Yes.
like if you can minus from this at least four and minus at least five. At least four. Oh no, no, no,
No,
that
no.
won't work. You have to use the negation for this.
Yeah. So all the players minus if I do at least four. So yeah, in that case I will not get at most one also, right? Yeah, we'll see about this one. Don't worry. Okay, this is our operator. So whenever you see this name starting with this one, ending with this one, including including that particular string, okay. So in such scenario, always think about the like operator, okay. So in OP or even if you solve the practice assignment or grade assignment question, we have one question in that, okay. This is about the like operator.
Sir, hello.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, in this term, it was necessary to give SCT test.
Uh, yes, I guess, yeah. I'm not aware about those things, but if you have got the emails, then you need to give. Okay.
No, in email it was just saying if you just update your system or change your system, then it is necessary.
Okay. This thing are managed by the operation team, so we are not aware about that. Okay. If you got the email, please do that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So this is about the like operator. Now, what we are going to discuss? Yeah. Anything? Yeah. Yes. Anyone? I think you have not watched the lectures, right? Anyone? So please watch the lectures. We have a pretty cool thinking SQL part. So let me check what we have.
Sir, can we choose, let's say, at second index character A and for fifth index character, let's
Yes,
say P?
that thing also we can do, but we need two different functions for that. Okay, so we have different functions for that thing. We'll discuss it after. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Okay. So this is about the like operator. Then in the where clause we can use multiple condition using and or. So for example, I want to find out the name of a player who's starting with having exactly four this one, and also date of birth, let's say, or for example jersey number greater than 50. If I have two conditions in that scenario, I can simply put and clause and jersey underscore number greater than 60, like, right? So simple, you can just do like this also, right? So here I will get the data according to the condition. So whatever the condition filtering condition we have, you can put inside the where clause. Okay. Okay, now this is about the where clause and like operator. Important part we have. Let's discuss that. Agree get function. Okay. So how to deal with the null value? So yes, what is null value? Yes, tell me anyone. What do you understand by null value?
When data is not
Empty
available for that section.
Data is not available. Okay. So simply we can see data does not exist, right, for that one. So if you see here in the course table, we don't put any constant on credit or course name, right? It's only primary key and the foreign key. So even if I just skip this DBMS and credit, and if I just mention it here that this should be a CID and the roll number. So let's try to insert this one. Okay. Quotation is this course violates foreign key roll number 24 F4. Okay, we don't have that also. 6. Yeah, so if you see the course table now here, you can see this null value now, right? Now, what are the aggregate functions and how it deals with the null value? Let's discuss that. So first, how many aggregate functions we have? Yes, tell me.
Five, I think. I
How
have
many? Okay, what are those?
some
Some
max, min,
count.
Average, max, min,
Mean and
count.
count.
count, right? So as name suggests, sum will give me summation of entire all the values of in that particular column. Average will give me average, max will give me max, minimum will give me minimum, count will give me number of rows. Okay. So if I see the players table, so okay, then we have matches table. Here we have matches table. Okay, let's go for players table only. So you can see a players table here like this, right? So what if I want to find out the highest jersey number? So simply I can use select maximum, then that particular attribute jersey underscore number, and from that particular table, let's say player, right? Players table. If I execute this one, so I will get 99 is the highest jersey number. Similarly, I can use mean for the lowest one like this. Okay. Similarly, average sum will work in the same way, and count will give me number of rows for that particular column. Okay. So you can see 71 rows. Okay. So now simple thing we this one about aggregate function, how we can use that. Now tell me if I want to find out name of player having maximum or highest jersey number. Now tell me I want to find out the name of that player, not the highest jersey number. How I can do that? Yes, anyone?
Sir, what?
Name of a player whose jersey number is highest among all the players.
So select name and okay, max of the players. We have to use this max, but how it is used, I forgot.
Yeah. Anyone?
Sir, I
If
think select name from players
uh,
where the jersey number is maximum.
how
Max
jersey number maximum?
Sir, max bracket jersey number. Parenthesis. Max
No,
or
parenthesis jersey
max.
number.
this is not a condition. Na? Well, this is not a condition. If we are using where clause, how I can get the name of a player who has highest jersey number. So first thing, we will get a name of a player from this one. But having highest jersey number, so I need to get a jersey number first. How I will get the highest jersey number? Think.
Order by descending.
Okay, I will come to that. We can get by that also. Yes, after this we will discuss order by clause by
Can
using
we
aggregate function.
add a comma after the name and then max of jersey number?
Okay,
Select
if
name, comma, max of jersey number player from players.
no, if I simply select this, we are going to get an error about the group by clause. So we'll discuss about okay for jersey number.
Where jersey number is equal to max of jersey number.
Wait. Let me execute this one first. Yeah, so this is about the group by clause. So I will not we'll come to this group by and having an order by after this, but we cannot insert we cannot execute a query like this. Tell me yes, tell me now other way. First tell me how I get the highest jersey number. How to get the highest jersey number, maximum jersey number. We just
Select max jersey
uh,
number from
just
players.
that's it. Jersey underscore number from players, right? So I got this the maximum one that is 99. Now I want name of that person. So I got the jersey number. Now I need to equate this to 99 now. So can I do like this where jersey underscore number equal to the output of this particular query,
Yes, sir.
right? Now this will work. So we have two players with the same jersey number, that is Rudra and George. Okay. So just think about that. Simple question, but you are not able to think how we can approach this particular problem. I know how to get the name of a player.
Mhm.
How I know how to get the maximum jersey number, but how to use this like simple one. Okay. So try to do more practice about this one. It's about
Sir,
the just.
so like Python, do this SQL also have a help or some documentation built into the language itself?
Yes, I guess it has, but not for, in the PG admin. In the command line, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, in the place of name, if we use a star, then we will get a whole row for maximum LC number.
Yes, we'll get that entire detail about those players. Okay, like
Sir,
this.
can you suggest some platform for practicing SQL? Because in the content only there are 10 problems and
Hacker rank and lead code. If you see practice, sorry, placement activity document, we have hacker rank thing that in that case, so go for hacker rank and then go for lead code. Okay, it will help you to correct some placement points also.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And also, if you see resources from instructor, we have 30 practice question for that. So try to solve those 30 questions as well after week 3.
Okay, sir.
Sir, which email ID you have to use for that? College ID or like personal?
Personal, sorry, college email ID. Okay.
Sir, 30 practice question in portal or from hacker rank?
30 question, like what I said, we have uploaded on the portal itself, resources from instructors. In that section, you can check. Okay. Where we have this data set, in that same folder, we have uploaded the practice question along with the solution itself.
Okay.
Okay, so just try to think because we can only help you to do with the syntax part, how it works, how it executes. But this thing you should think, right? How we can apply this one, right? So this is about the aggregate function. So before discussing group by, yeah, okay. So let's see about the order by clause. Yeah, who said about order by clause? We can do that. Tell me how to write a query for that. Yes, someone said about order by clause. We can get by order by clause also, but how? Tell me. Okay, let's discuss order by clause first. So
We
order
can
by, huh?
we can directly put after where clause
What we have to put?
from players, and
Yeah.
where whatever condition we want to put, like where name equal to a particular name like Rudra, all the Rudra players will be here.
No, I want to get this one only. Name of the player who has the
Okay,
highest
okay, okay,
jersey
okay.
number.
So the above query, and after that we need to put order by and the field name.
So select star from player. So if you see here, I will get the data like this. It is not order in any according to any
Hmm.
column. Now I
Hmm.
want order in jersey number. So order by
Order
jersey
by
number,
and yeah, field name. Okay.
that particular column name, right? So underscore
Hmm.
jersey number. So if you see here, so one, one, two, three, four. So by default, we
Hmm.
have not specified in which order, ascending or descending, right? So if you have not
Hmm.
specified which order, so that is basically it will
Ascending.
take ascending, or you can specify ASC. For descending, DESC you have to,
DEST.
yeah. So
Hmm.
if you see here, this is what I will going to get in descending order, right? So 99, 99, 93 like this. So here I have just sort the data based on the jersey number in descending order. Now,
Hmm.
what if I just want first 5 rows, right? So here you can see 71 rows I have. I just want the detail of players whose jersey number is in top 5. Let's say top 5.
Limit 5.
Yes.
Limit 5.
Limit 5. So limit 5 means what? We are going to get the first 5 rows, first n rows. That is what a limit is. Okay. So first n row is like this.
Sir, if you change the places of limit 5 and order by jersey number, so what it
It
will
will
change
not
the
work. It will throw
hmm?
an error.
It will throw error.
Because first we need to order, then we will get this one limit. Let's see. Yeah.
Hmm.
So even if
And if
you,
we don't order, just put the limit, then will it work?
so if you just simply put no, in that case also it will not work. Limit 5. Oh, it will work. Yeah.
It works. So we can can we get like arrange these only these 5 players? Is it possible?
Yeah, based
Is
on the jersey number, if you want to arrange, we need to mention order by clause. Otherwise, this 5 will give me random 5 rows. Okay.
hmm.
So here we are going to use order by, then we have jersey underscore number, then we are getting 5. Okay. Now what if I just want, okay, ascending or descending? Descending. So this is about the order by limit. Now what about offset? What offset will do? Yes, tell me.
It
let's
will
say.
remove the first one.
Yeah. So offset will skip the that number of rows. If I just put 2, it will skip the first 2 rows, and then after that it will give me next 5 rows. That is what limit 5 is. So if you see here, it is going to skip the first 2 rows, and after the first 2 rows, I am going to get the next 5 rows. So if you execute this one, so you can see it has skipped the first 2 rows, and after that, first 5 rows. So by if you understand this how this limit and offset work, can you tell me I want the name of players whose jersey number is third highest?
Order by jersey number,
Huh?
limit equal to 1 and offset 2.
Yeah, offset to limit equals to 1. So third highest will give me, because it will skip the first 2 rows. So 93 will be that thing. Okay.
Hmm.
Now someone said about the, in this case we can use order by clause. We can do that. So I just want name of a players whose jersey number is highest, right? So I can just simply say limit 1. But if you observe here, we have two players with the same jersey number. In that case, limit will not work, because here we know that there are two players, so I can make it 2. But what if in the real data set we don't know how many players are there, right? You can't keep changing the numbers like that. So this is the correct query for finding out the name of a player whose jersey number is highest, not this one. Okay. Whenever there is a duplicate, duplicate means we have a same data for the same this one. So in that case, this will not work. Okay. So this is the correct one here.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So can we use star or asterisk after the limit keyword for getting the highest number of jersey
Star.
numbers, maximum, the total number of highs, like star asterisk after the limit, like we are using limit 1 and limit 2 for 2 players. Will it work?
No, no, no. This is not the correct one. We need to put some number and this there, right? To get that much number of rows. So whenever you see this type of problem statement, try to think about this one. Okay. This is about the order by limit and offset. Now, one more thing, if you observe previously, like someone said, just put name and then max that particular thing, right? Let me write it down here. So select name, then max player, sorry, max jersey number, right? From players. Now it shows error, right? It shows error that group by clause, right? So what this group by clause will do, if you want to get a data based on some particular attribute, right? And you want to aggregate that thing. For example, number of instructors in that particular department, a number of players in that team. So do we have a players table? Let me check. Yeah. So here we have player ID, then we have team ID, right? So I want number of players in each team ID. So whenever you see this number or some average, some uh, maximum, minimum, along with the each particular thing in that scenario, you can think about the group by clause. Okay. So how it will work now? So I want the number of players in each team ID. So I want number. It means I need to use count here, right? Count is the function. I don't need to use jersey number here. I want to find out number of players. So tell me what I need to mention here.
Distinct.
The number of players, right? Distinct to what?
Name. Just
See here, player ID is unique, right? So I can mention the player ID because I want number of rows. So because player ID is already unique. Or else you can simply use count star as well. Count star means simple number of rows in the output. That's it, right? And when I say player ID, number of rows in that particular column. Okay. So you can use player ID or count star. So I want number of players. I will go with the player ID. Now group by, sorry, by what? Team ID. So team underscore ID.
Now here it will throw an error because whatever the attribute we have specified inside the select clause along with the aggregate function, those attribute must appear in the group by clause. Okay. So here I need to mention group by team underscore ID. So if you
So
see
it's
here,
a kind of a frequency mapping. Uh,
frequency mapping,
yeah, count to unique values. Hmm. Okay.
yeah, you can say like that. I want to find out number of players in that particular team. So like that, right? Yeah. So for that particular team, how many players are there? We can do like that. Yeah.
Sir,
Sir,
that
excellent, sir.
30 questions we should do before week 3 or after completing week
After week 3, you can right. Okay.
3. Okay. So before week 4, we have to do the 30 questions.
After week 3.
So is
Okay.
it that whatever is not being with count, max, or min under select, we have to
Mhm.
group by that?
Yes. If even if you put a name here, again it will throw an error because name is not inside the group by clause. So you can see name must appear in the group by clause or to be used in aggregate function. So if you are using the aggregate function inside the select clause, and along with that, if you are using any attribute, those attribute must appear in the group by clause. Okay. So I can just mention name here as well, but if you see, it doesn't make any sense of this particular data. Okay. But only it is not showing an error, but there is no meaning to that particular data. But here you can see I will get the number of players in each team.
Sir,
Now, huh?
we can give only one field to group by or
Yeah,
multiple.
multiple also, like what I said, name also, right? So we can do that also if we specify name here as well.
So what that mean if we are doing group by two fields?
So see,
Like,
first inside the team ID we are going to group by. After that by name. So for example, in same team ID we have two players by the same name, then it will get grouped by. If there is no two player, then all the 70 row will get projected. Okay, like this. If in that team ID, if we have two players with the same name, then only it will get grouped by. Otherwise, only one will be reflected. So if you see this, what happened? Name, team ID. Yeah. So you can see count 1 1, but you can see this count 2. It means that in this particular, okay, so we have name first and then yeah. So we have a two person by the name Mark. Okay, like this.
okay, so it's kind of hierarchy. First, grouped by the first attribute, that is team ID. Then, if
Then name.
inside that, if multiple people have same name, that will come together.
Yes. And if you
Hmm.
just change the sequence, the output will be different.
Yeah. So the first field is the higher hierarchy, and the second field will be the lower hierarchy. Okay.
Yeah.
In this
So
group
here
by.
you can see, yeah, but the output will be different if you just try and
Got it, sir.
okay, so this data is not for that, but in some cases, if you want to group by two attribute, that will be like that. Okay. So this is how this group by clause will work. Okay. Now in the previous case, we saw this one example, right? Now what I want the highest jersey number in every team from every team. Okay. How I can do that? For example, in team 001, this is the highest number. In the case of team 004, this is the highest number. How I can get that? Yes, anyone? So for every
So
team, I want the highest jersey number in that
for
team.
every team. So we can use distinct team and then pass it to maximum.
No. Simply, na, I just want maximum jersey number, so I can use here jersey number. I want for every team, so team ID, group by team ID. That's it, right? So what I'm going to get highest jersey number in that particular team. So for this one we have 93, 93, 99, 99. But if you observe in this one, highest is the 14. Okay. So like this. You can go with the mean one. Mean, let's
Okay.
see, same thing. Okay. Like this 1, 1, 10, 10, like this. Okay. So see, you need to do practice. We can only teach like this when to use this function, how it works, but you need to think how to implement that, right? So that will come via practice only. So please try to practice more. So this is about the group by clause. Now what do you understand by having clause? Just tell me, anyone?
So having clause is basically applied on a group that is a set of tuples instead of individual tuples.
Okay. So here if you see, I want the team ID along with its count, but only for those team whose count is greater than 11. Are you getting my question? So I want the team data along with number of players, but of those team who's having a total number of players greater than 11. So I don't want this T001. I want remaining one, not this one, because this team don't have a count greater than 11. So how I can do that?
So have after that sentence having count player ID greater
Yes.
than 11.
So having count player underscore ID greater than 11. That's it, right? So if we are using having, can I use where clause here to apply the condition? Yeah, this is correct. Can I use where clause now?
No,
What
sir.
is the difference between having and where?
Sir, where applies on individual tuples and having applies on a group of tuples, that is groups.
Yes, yeah. So even if I use where here, so I cannot use the aggregate function inside the where clause. Okay, it is for
Right.
sure. So I need to use having clause for that. Okay. So can I use having clause without group by?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Actually, sir, not sure.
Player ID, yeah, anyway greater than 11, but it will not make any sense, right? It will not throw any error, but yeah, we will not get any meaningful data anyway. Okay, because without group by, we don't know how this 71, like it 70 is simply all the players, right? Okay, so we can do that, but it will not give any meaningful data. So we have discussed about select clause, from clause, where clause, group by, having, order by, all those things, limit, offset we have discussed. Now tell me, how does this execute? Order of execution, very important question in terms of interview. Order of execution of SQL clauses. Tell me how this thing works. If I put where also, then we have some group by having. And if I put order by also, tell me how this works. Select from where, having, group by, order by. Tell me how it execute. Yes, anyone?
Yes, sir.
No,
From
I
select from
First
where,
from uh,
select from
Can you
where,
repeat?
first from and then
select
predicate where.
No, no. See, how we can select
was
any
select.
particular row if I don't know from which table I need to select, right? So first I will go to that particular table. Nah? Then only I can select from data. So first from clause will execute, right? After this, tell me.
But sir, we always
Predicate,
use
sir.
this select from, right? Select
No, this is the query. I am saying order of execution. If you give this query to
execution.
database
Okay,
in,
okay,
how it will
okay.
get executed in the database engine, right? So first it will go to that particular player, then it will try to apply the filters, and then it will select the data according to the condition, right? So
Yes,
Understood,
yes.
sir.
from
Thank you.
where after this,
The tuples, the actual resulting relation. Select.
is it? I have this where I have this group by having also
Okay, I
order
saw
by
in
also
this
all this.
this one. Okay.
Tell me after where by where clause which will execute.
Select.
Having
Having after where having will execute? No.
having then and
Group
this
by.
Before having, yes, group by. First group by will execute. After that having clause will execute. Now tell me after
Order
this
by.
how
then
we yes
select and then order by.
yes. So once you have not selected how we are going to order that particular output, right? First you
Right.
need to select. So select,
And
then
then
order by, right? And then you can apply the limit or whatever the offset we have, like that. Okay, this is the order of execution. Yeah. Okay. I hope you understand the concept behind why from, then where, then why group by, then having like this, right?
yes,
Very
sir.
So, sir,
important.
I think it mostly remains same. Only thing is the select is after this, right? Otherwise, mostly it's
Ah,
same.
yeah, select, yes, after the having clause. Yeah. Because after selection only we are doing the group by clause. Okay. Sorry,
Yes, sir, yes.
order by clause. Yeah. Okay. You can note it down. This is important one, order of execution. So we have discussed aggregate, we have discussed order by, then what else we have in the week? Yes, any doubt in week two?
Sir, how do we save this current window so that whenever we open next time we can start from here without losing these information, cut the current window context.
Uh, you can save this as a file, but current window I'm not sure. So whatever you have written here, it will be saved as .txt file, or you can save it as PDF also.
It's a file part is I'm aware, but I was thinking if we can save like as a window in VS Code the way we save and whenever we open next time so that it will start from here.
No, I'm not sure about that. This is just the editor, right? We are using.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Any questions from week two? Please watch the tutorials. I think you have not watched the tutorials, so please watch and then you can ask more doubts. So let me discuss.
Sir,
Okay,
I
we
have
have
a
any other?
question there in I think in professor video that there sir there I have one question, sir. Sir, can
Yes,
you
tell
hear me?
me. Yes, yes,
Sir,
go
there
ahead.
is
Yeah.
a one sir in professor's video there is one question about Bob Ellis finding
Ah,
supervisors. So can you please help with that question?
okay. So for that we required Cartesian product. So tell me what is Cartesian product or cross join. First we'll discuss, then we'll go back to that. So what do you understand by Cartesian product? So here in the week two, we don't have any join, right? So whatever we have discussed up till now, it's based on the only single table. Get the data from single table, do some apply some filter, right? But what if I want data? In that case, I need to use two table. For example, okay, yeah, here you can see player and so in the players table, I have this one team ID and let's say teams table here as well. Select star from teams, right? So you can see teams table. In the teams table, we have team name. Now, in the previous case, we have seen number of players by team ID. But what if I want number of players by team name? In that case, number of players in the players table, team name in the teams table. So I need to use both the tables in this scenario, right? So how I can do that? So there is a concept of Cartesian product or join. So simply select star from players, comma, teams. Okay. So if you observe here, this is the syntax for Cartesian product, or simply you can specify cross join. Both the things are same. It will give the same output, right? So here what we are doing, we are basically a multiplication matrix multiplication, you can say. If I say select star for players, I have 71 rows, and from teams, I think that we have 6 rows, right? Yeah. So if I perform a Cartesian product between these two tables, how many rows I will get?
426.
Yeah, and then
71 into 6.
multiplication by that one. So you can
Hmm.
see 426 rows here, right? So number of
Yes.
rows will be R1 into R2. Number of columns will be what? C1 plus C2. So whatever the columns it has plus this one, right?
Sir, what happens with natural join? Like what it does?
Natural join automatically join based on the common attribute, right? So we'll discuss natural join in the next week. For example, if you see the schema of players and teams table, here we have name and here also we have name. Team ID is also there, team ID is also there. But if I try to perform natural join between teams and players table, I will not get any meaningful data because this automatically joining based on what name as well as team ID. I want join this table based on team ID because team ID is matching here. Names are not matching. Name cannot be equal, team name and the player name, right? So if I perform this natural join, it will give me empty output, right? Because there is no matching criteria for that, for the name part.
Hmm.
So Cartesian product is simply a combination of one row. So you can see first row with all the rows from the teams table. Again, you can see here second row with all the rows from the teams table like this. Okay.
Also, sir, is there any way we can temporarily change the name of a field? Um, like we are not changing in the database, but while
Yeah.
selecting, we can select it as some other names, kind of alias we can
Yeah,
set to
we
that.
can do that. For example, select name. So only I will get a name. But if you want to rename that, so like for example, as player underscore name, you can do that like this.
Okay, and if we perform natural join on the basis of this, will the alias fix that?
Uh, no,
Okay, so it
because
will. Hmm.
because from clause will execute first. After that, select clause will execute. Right? Order of execution.
Oh, okay.
If you see this one, but if you try to get players dot name as player underscore name, right? So anyway, from clause will execute first here, right? So empty output.
Got it.
So that's why order of execution is very important. Okay. So here you can see we have a two table. We are performing Cartesian product, but this is a meaningless data, right? I don't have any proper information about anything. So what I need to do, I need to filter this where players dot team underscore id is equals to teams dot team underscore id, right? Now it is going to filter based on this one team id matching, then only in the output, right? So if I see here now, what happened? Teams
Hmm. Sir,
teams dot team underscore id, yeah.
so
So
like if we do this operation first of joining and so that Cartesian product, and then we are filtering. So is it a
yes,
kind of inefficient? Like, if is there a way like the natural join does, if we have proper condition, or we can build something like that, that
yes.
that will be
So
much more efficient.
yes, yes. So here you can see this Cartesian product is not efficient because what if I have this 71,000 rows and this is 6,000 rows? In that scenario, it will take so much time to execute, right?
Hmm.
Because
Yes, sir.
600 into this one. So in
Hmm.
that scenario, we can go for inner join. Inner
Okay.
join will join based on the particular condition.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So here we have not discussed either join, natural join in week 2. It is in week 3. So that's why.
Okay, sir. Got it.
So if I execute this one, I got 71 rows as it is, right? But here I got now player name as well as corresponding team name here, right? This is what I want. Now, if I want number of players in each team name, so that's it. I will get count player underscore ID. Now I want teams dot name because I need to specify, because here we have both the column, you can see name and name, but from which table I want? From teams table I want. So I need to specify the table name and then name. So if I do this, sorry, group by, we need to do group by teams dot name. So if I select this, you can see now we got a data through names and number of players corresponding to that. Okay. So this is how this cross join will work. You need to put this where condition to get the required data. But also you can use alias here. So instead of players, you can use P. Instead of teams, you can use T. So just give space and you can rename by any name, or you can use as also. Both the things will work. Okay, like this. So you don't need to mention players. Okay, you don't need to mention a table name. Just mention P here, T here also, T like this. That's it, right? So it will be easier to write the query.
So, sir, this dot represent like from the table
From which
that.
table we are getting that
Hmm.
attribute. Yeah.
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay.
Sir, I have one doubt. You said that there are 71,000 rows and there are 600 rows that will be multiplied and a huge number of rows will be generated.
Uh,
But while handling the real database, will there be a like, problem of space? Because in the PDSA course, they said that while handling big things, the only time is required, space is not considered. So in the database, is space considered while
no, we
computing?
already stored this data in the DB, right? So it will
Yeah.
take time to execute this query. So if you
Ah,
see this one, if I simply run this much only, okay. Okay, I hope this join is clear. Let me do that. Select star from teams. So here we don't have that much data. So you can see query complete in this 0.49 second, right?
yeah, yeah.
Let's go to university table. There we have some more data. Here it is, university. Yeah, here. Okay. So let's try to see data from select star from student. Yes. So here we have 2000 rows. You can see at the bottom, right?
Yes, sir.
Now let's see select star from department. Here we have 20, right? 20, and here we have 2000. But common is department name. So let's do cross product first. Okay. So you can see query complete time is very less in only case of one table. But if I just perform the Cartesian product, just see the query time. Let's see a little bit more, right? So 70 millisecond you can see. So if I keep executing this, it will take like this. So yeah, here again we cannot see because just 2000 is nothing, right? If we have something called 20, 30,000, then we will see significant time in execution. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank you.
can we add another table in this for demonstration purpose? Can we add another table?
Cross product like this.
Yes, sir.
So let me
We
check
will
select
clear
star from
something.
instructor. How many table we have? We have 50 here. So let's try to do of this one. So it is taking time, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So now 3 second, 2.45 millisecond. Because 2000 into 20 into this one was 50, right?
50, 20 lakhs.
So yeah, this much. So you can see this query type, right?
Yes, sir.
Now if I just put this as natural join department instructor में क्या था? Let me check the, do we have any Name, department name, salary name, student name is name or just what name only. Yeah, it will not work. Okay, so we are joining these two table based on natural join and then instructor, right? So it is taking less time now because these two tables are getting joined first, and after that we are doing the cross product with the output. So you can see here, right? So you can see in the Cartesian product it will take more time, right? So this was three tables. So again you can see waiting for query to complete. Yeah, again around 3 seconds we can see, right? So yeah, you can go with the inner join in the larger thing. Okay. So I hope you understand about this Cartesian product now. Any question? Okay, great. So someone asked about that Bob example, right?
Yes, sir.
Let me open it. I think it is in lecture 2.5 only, not 2.5, 2.4 or 5, 2.4. I have recorded the tutorial for that particular thing, SQL code execution for 2.4 lecture. You can watch that. In that I have uh, shown. Okay, but anyway, I
Okay,
will
sir.
quickly.
What's the tutorial ID?
So week 2, just scroll down. This one, lecture 2.4 SQL code execution. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So I will quickly show you how to proceed about that one. So here you can see in this table, we can also join the table with itself, like instructor as T and instructor as S. Now T and S are both are different tables, right? Now we are performing a cross product, and now we'll get the Cartesian product of these two tables. Then I can apply the condition like this. So same thing you can think about here. Supervisor of Bob. So if you see select supervisor from employee underscore super, where supervisor equals to Bob. So you will get the name of supervisor. So first thing is clear. What about second one? Here you need to use the cross product. So select name, so not name, supervisor from this employee underscore super as E, cross product employee underscore super as E2, and then you can apply the condition where supervisor of Bob. So in that case, what you can do, supervisor of Bob. Yeah. So T dot supervisor equals to, sorry, not T, E1 dot supervisor equals to E2 dot supervisor. Yeah. In that scenario, you will get the supervisor of Bob. Okay. So these two things you can do. But for this one, find all the supervisors, direct and indirect. In that scenario, this cross join will not work. For that you need to explore about recursion concept or common table expression concept. Okay, so you can explore about that. That is not a part of the course, but you can do this with the help of that common table expression or recursion part. Okay, these
So
two is
that part
very
is
important.
discussed in our later weeks. This recursion part.
Oh, discuss.
Yes.
Yeah, in week 3.
In our subsequent weeks.
Okay. uh,
Has this been
no,
discussed?
no,
This
no,
concept
regression part is not discussed in week 3. Yeah, so you can explore about
in
that. Okay.
in later weeks, let's say 4, 5, 6, or any other
No,
weeks
no,
until
no.
week 12.
We have not discussed that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I said you need to explore. So I explained that thing in this particular tutorial, so you get to watch that. Okay. So
Okay,
all
sir.
the SQL code in 2.3, 2.4 I have explained. For 2.5, we'll edit the video and we'll upload by tomorrow. Okay. Don't worry. Okay. Any other doubt now from week 2? You can ask. That's it from my side.
Sir, I have a problem in restoring the eShop in the PG admin.
Yeah, so eShop will throw an error. Just ignore that, refresh the database and see whether you have the tables or not.
Yes.
So what you can do, just right click on eShop database, refresh that, go to schema, go to public schema and see whether you have tables or not. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question? Anyone?
Sir, you remember that a guy was asking the name of the students player having less than four, at most four characters or names.
Yes.
I have approached for that, sir.
Yeah. Can you share your query in the chat? Have you formulated the query or what? Arjit,
Yes,
you are on mute. Yeah.
yes, I have formulated. Sharing, sir.
Okay.
Sir, sir, we have Boolean expression for
Please
in
check, sir.
SQL
I
also.
have shared it in the in the chat.
Boolean, yes, either true or false. Like it's a data type. So like suppose for example,
Boolean, I said logical operators.
yes, logical operators also like condition add or not.
Add, not, and or
No, and or only.
okay, not in
Yeah.
okay.
So select players except select star from players. Yeah, this thing only. Yeah, we are trying to do. Let me execute that one. So here, yeah, first we are getting all the players, then we are subtracting the players having at least this one. Yeah. So here I will get 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3 at most. Yeah, this one is correct. Yeah. Yeah, same thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is that guy here who asked this question?
After
Okay.
accept, there is no need to give a bracket, no? Because
No,
Yeah,
it's a
if
subquery, no?
it's a subquery, even if you can do that, not an issue. Okay. So this is a set operator. It will work only in the output of two different SQL queries, right? That's it. So both
correct.
the things must be select from both the side. Then only it will work. Set operations.
Yes. Subquery means it's just giving some output which is used by somebody else.
Subquery is this one, like what we have used here. So output of this query is taken as input for this jersey number, right?
Correct. So that is why I asked. Ki top mein bracket was not required, no?
No, here it is not a subquery, right? So here we are performing set operation between output of two queries, not the subquery. Okay? So here bracket is not required, yes, but here it is required. Okay,
So it's kind of set difference.
the set difference only a minus b. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
If distinct, just last query.
Now,
If distinct is followed by a comma b, uh, let's say some two attributes, okay, or
okay.
more than one attribute, then the distinctness is applied on all the rows who have the a comma b as distinct things.
No, you are saying
Select distinct, let's say, and some two attributes.
select
Select
distinct
distinct.
name from the teams only, right?
Uh,
So here we will get distinct team names that we have six.
no. So let's say distinct name, comma, some other attribute from teams.
No, then that will not.
Name, comma, jersey number.
Yeah. Let me check the teams table first.
Because
Yeah, we have a team name, so distinct will
so
be
name,
with
comma, city. Let's say name,
Okay.
comma, city.
no, it will not.
Not inside the bracket.
It
Distinct
will not
name.
work.
Uh,
Then city.
distinct name, comma, city. No bracket for the name also. Let's say.
No, we need to put no. Okay, even if we do that, but
No,
here
there is
name
a,
is
I
already
think, activity
distinct.
question or something like that. There the so here whatever will be the output, there the name city pair has to be distinct, no?
No, here in this case, all the teams are distinct. That's why we are getting this one.
Correct. So
Let
we'll
me
have to
check
check it
with
on
the
some repeated data somewhere.
yeah, team ID here, right? Now let's take distinct team ID and name. So here you can see team ID and name. So combination
Has to be
is,
unique, no? Not
yeah,
singularly. The
no,
combination
no,
has to be unique now.
unique, yes. But if I put the bracket, in that case, what will happen?
Only for team ID he will look for uniqueness, right? I'm not sure that I was confused for this usage, so that
No.
so
Sir, I think it's finding distinct values only for the first parameter, first argument team ID. But if you put both of them in the bracket, I think that might work.
Mm, mhm, mhm. So this will compare. We don't want this one. So team ID and name. Yeah. So this should.
no, I don't want to find out only for one parameter. I'm saying return like that. What will be the output? Select a distinct followed by two attributes.
So this will give the entire pair as a distinct.
Correct. So that
Yes.
no, if we remove the bracket also, no, from team
Yeah.
ID.
If we do that also, same output we are going to
Okay, so all
get.
the tuples will have distinct this pair team ID and name pair will be distinct in all the tuples that will come out.
Yeah. But if you observe, we have 70 rows, but in player we have 71 rows, right? Where is that one row? I check
Okay.
for bar, I guess. Let's be check. Yeah, if you observe here, in the same team ID, we have the same player name Mark,
Mark.
right?
So
So
Mark is
that's
absent from our
in that
latest.
output. Yeah,
Okay.
because the what we can say combination is unique here, distinct
Unique,
here, right?
right.
Yeah, that's the case. Yeah,
But
that's
here
why.
my query was distinct is generally let's if we don't associate bracket and all, only team ID has the keyword distinct. Name also he's taking. So anything
Yes.
that follows after distinct, he will take the entire thing as the
Yes.
arguments for distinct.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
But what if I just specify this name before distinct? What will happen?
So still only team ID.
No, this will throw because this thing will if you see here it is going to reduce the window size, right, for only 6, but we have named so many, right? So that
Okay.
is not the correct one here. Yeah, even if we specify like this, still it will throw an error like this. Okay,
Okay.
so distinct, yeah, you can take entire combination inside the select clause must be unique. That's it. Yeah. Okay, great.
Sir, what if
So
we do distinct name and then team ID?
distinct, yeah, same output we are going to get now.
Just display sequence is changed. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it's
yes. Otherwise, okay. So you can just try it out. Load the data set and you can just play with that. You can ask question to yourself and just like what we are discussing, you can also try that. Okay.
right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining, and please do watch the tutorials. In that we have discussed everything. Okay. So please watch the lectures as well as tutorials. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so
Good
much,
night.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you.